Yo, what's up, my mullet Sharp here, bringing you guys another video, and today I'm bringing you guys kind of just like a reflection video. You know, in the Black Ops 2, there's no more events for this game as far as for me goes. And if you look at the gameplay, I'm playing with Ricky, Assassin, and Moho, and I'm on Fear Sharpie. Yes, this was my team when the game first came out, and I thought it'd be pretty interesting to post this. I don't know if I ever posted on my channel when the game came out. I just know that I had it in my theaters. I figured I'd upload it, and just gonna kind of go through, you know, what this game was like for me, and you know, the teams I was on, and the events I went to with the teams, and I thought it'd be pretty interesting for you guys who haven't followed the whole competitive scene. So basically, I started out this game on Fear. It was me, Moho, Assassin, and Ricky. And in this game, I'm probably not even using long barrel. It's probably extended mag, laser sight, and then it might be stock actually. So I don't know what attachments I have on here. I'm obviously not using hardwired. Hold on, let me see if I can switch player. Yeah, extended mag, laser, long. Actually, I'm using long barrel. Extended mag, laser, long barrel. So, pretty interesting class there. Right now I use long barrel and quick draw. So not even using laser and extended mag anymore. But I started out this game teaming with this team right here. We were Fear. And we went into the Frag Cup as this team, and that's kind of where the team died out after Frag Cup. We had a bad placing in that. We ended up losing the Optic. I think we were top 12, and we weren't happy with that placing. Honestly, we didn't even really scrim that much. We hardly ever played this game, and it was like we didn't. The game had just came out, so you know it was like pretty much whoever grinded harder won. And our team never played. Me and Ricky honestly just played GB tourneys all the time, and that's probably where I got my S&D skill from. And that's just pretty much what I did when this game came out, and we never really practiced any hard point or any of that as far as the 4v4 team goes. Pick up a 3-piece right there. That's pretty nice. Not really, since it's hijacked. But anyway, so we dropped Ricky after Frag Cup, and that was kind of just a mutual thing. You know, we agreed that it just wasn't working out. We needed a different style of player, so we picked up Dito. And the next event on the calendar was UMG Chicago, and we planned on going there with Dito and doing that. So once again, we didn't really scrim that much with Dito. You know, he kind of had things that he was doing in his life, and then you know, just Fear as a whole, we just never played. And we went to UMG Chicago, and we actually got knocked out of the winners bracket by Farico, which at the time was Killa, Too Quick, John, and Karma. And we got knocked out by that team and sent to the loser bracket, and we went to the loser bracket and ended up losing to Envy for top 9. It was like 9 through 12. So another top 12 placing, pretty much the same thing that we placed in Frag Cup. And once again, that team just it didn't work out. I think Dito left. He ended up sketching on us. Dito sketched, and we were like, all right, whatever. He sketched, and then he tried to join back, and we're like, well, we can't really trust him, so we didn't want him back. And we ended up picking up John from Farico. Somehow, I don't know how I didn't see that guy that just ran in right there, but somehow we actually managed to get John from Farico. So that was pretty big on our part because his team had came in third. And Too Quick had left and John had left, and yeah, so somehow we got him to sketch. You know, that's just APOC working his magic, and you know, John and Moho being friends, and we get him to join our team. And the next event was Dallas, and actually during this time we were worried about COD Champs in Dallas, and John was not 18, and to qualify for COD Champs you had to either come top 8 at Dallas or you had to finish top 8 in league play, but you can only do league play if you're 18. I got a lot of 3-pieces in this game. You could only do that. You could only finish top 8 in league play if you were over 18. So we couldn't do league play with John. So we were counting on COD Champs. Or not COD Champs, on Dallas. But once again, we never played. If you guys ever saw me, you know, tweeting out, oh, fuck this, never playing, all this shit. And that's just kind of what everyone knew. So we never, ever played the game. We never played, we never scrimmed, we never practiced. And we pretty much went to Dallas with, like, little to no practice. And we ended up actually getting a pretty good bracket. You know, first round we played Hex P. They were a up-and-coming AM team. You guys might know them, some of them now. Tipsy, Gucci, Chino. Those dudes were on that team. And we played against them. And we actually lost all the hard points, but we ended up winning our S&Ds and CTF. That's what kind of saved us that event, is we were good at S&D and CTF. I think the only hard point that we won at Dallas was against Cloudburst, maybe, or Storm, one of those teams. I believe it was like Baker and those team, Baker, Facento, and Glory, and then those dudes. And somehow we ended up winning hardpoint against them, but that's later on in the story. So we went to Dallas. We got knocked to the loser bracket by Unite. They actually ended up coming second at the event, and then we got knocked out of the tournament. This is we were playing for top 8. This is to go to COD Champs, and that was in our mind. You know, we got to win this match to go to COD Champs, win this match, and we ended up losing to Soar. So it's pretty bad loss for us. You know, I think it was Lawless, Fluff, Methods, and Embos. That was Soar. We ended up losing to them, and once again placed 9 through 12. That's just kind of where we placed that whole area right there in the beginning. Was placed 9 through 12. And we were all pretty mad. We were just sitting there picking up our shit, like, fuck, dude, we're not going to COD Champs. You know, shit, fuck this game, fuck this team. everyone was just kind of pissed off. And then you see the MLG commissioner come flying through the damn crowd, like, hey guys, there's still a chance. I thought he was fucking with us. Actually, Too Quick told us first. He's like, hey, you guys still got a chance, you know. Like, and I thought he was just being a dick. And then the MLG commissioner kind of came up and told us that. And I once again, I was like, are these people fucking with us? Like, what do they mean? And actually, since Curse and Complexity had qualified through league play, and they were already guaranteed top 8. That means there were 2 more slots for the invites available through placing top 8 through Dallas. So we kind of got the lucky end of that. The reason why we got lucky is because league play finished before Dallas. So you know, those teams had already qualified. So instead of taking 2 extra teams from league play, they took 2 extra teams from Dallas. So actually, we had to play a round robin against Donut Shop and FOD. I can't remember if it was Cloudburst or Storm. I just remember it was FOD. And that was like Baker, Facento, and Glory in them. And then Donut Shop was like Lynx, Goonjar, Grim, and Immortal. I believe that was their team. And we played a round robin against them. We beat Storm. And then we watched Donut Shop also beat Storm. And then that pretty much solidified us to make it in. We ended up actually beating Donut Shop. So we went 2-0 in our round robin, and Donut Shop went 1-1, and Storm went 0-2. So us and Donut Shop made it into COD Champs. So luckily, we made it into COD Champs. And I believe John was trying to sketch on the team at that point. You know, APOC had told me that he was down in the lobby looking for new teams and shit. And things were just kind of just going sketchy. And it was you know, it wasn't a good feeling. But, you know, we still stuck it out. We stuck as a team, and we scrimmed and scrimmed in practice for COD Champs because we're like, you know, we can't leave this team. We can't leave this team and join another team for COD Champs. We're pretty much all stuck here to play with each other, and that's just kind of the way it was. And we actually did kind of grind before COD Champs and play a lot. And we ended up going to COD Champs and finishing 5th. So that honestly was a savior. Probably the biggest, you know, just relief of my life right now. You know, COD Champs is a big event, a lot of money involved, and to go on a team with the team we had, you know, as unpracticed as we were, to finish 5th to me was just amazing. And yeah, so we came 5th at that event, taking home $70,000 as a team. And so that was our first money placing as Team Fear at a live event in this game. And we actually ended up, the teams that we had the hardest pool, I think, because we had Curse in our pool, we had Freako Dragons, and we had another, I think Freako, no, not Freako, we had another, oh no, we had the stand in our pool, and it was a pretty hard pool. Us and the stand ended up making it out, and then we played against, let's see, we beat Freako Dragons, we beat Freako All-Stars, we beat, I forget what the teams we beat. VVV, we actually beat VVV, and that put us in the money. That guaranteed us top 6. And so that right there, after that match right there, I feel like, you know, a weight had been lifted off our shoulders. And we went and played Envy, and we actually lost to Envy 3-0. We got our shit mollywopped as expected. And then we played against Optic in losers bracket, got our shit mollywopped again 3-0. And I think the S&D was 6-0. So it was just a bad 3-0 and, you know, whooping loss. You know, we lost to teams who had practiced, so it was kind of expected. So it was nothing to be mad about. But then we had a consolation match against Epsilon, and that was a pretty big match to play against them because it was worth a lot of money. You know, 5th and 6th place was a difference in money. I think it was like a $10,000 match or something like that. So we actually beat Epsilon, which was the people I remember on Epsilon. I think it was Jerd, Excellency, those are the only 2 players I remember from COD Champs on Epsilon. I don't really remember who was on that. on that team. But we did end up beating them, and we secured 5th place. And after that, you know, that was pretty much the last. That was the last live event I went to with Fear. You know, I was on Fear. We had a lot of shakeups. You know, John left. We dropped Assassin. We picked up Pac-Man, Dito, all these different players we ran through. And at the time, I went to UMG St. Louis and I teamed with Mullet Nation, and we actually placed 3rd. And it wasn't like it was a good placing because the only other two pro teams there were Impact and Envy. But we did beat Envy and in the winners bracket, but then we let them come back on us and beat us. So we could have placed 2nd at that event, but we didn't. But anyway, we went 3rd. It was like me, Ricky, Saints, and Nameless. And after that event, I kind of just decided, you know, I want to be on a team that grinds. And I'm gonna continue. This is gonna be a long video. I'm gonna just go. I guess I'll just play like a pub or something. Actually, let's look. I have another video in my theater. Let's start that up. But anyway, so yeah, we played with Ricky, Nameless, and Saints at UMG St. Louis, and we were Mullet Nation. We placed 3rd, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, that should be your guys' real team." And we actually thought about making that our team, but at the time, I was like, you know, I want to stay loyal to Fear, and Nameless didn't know what he wanted to do, and all them, you know, they didn't really know what they wanted to do. Let's see the gameplay. This is TCM. This is actually from Frag Cup. We beat TCM in Frag Cup, and they had Mad Cat, Josh, Rich. I don't know what happened to Moose and Rich, but I remember I know Josh and Mad Cat, good players over in the EU. So just enjoy this gameplay, and let's see what I'm using in this. I'm rocking the extended laser long barrel still. Extended laser long barrel. That must have been my class back in the day. So anyway, all right. Let's see. So I left Fear. And I pretty much posted free agent. I didn't have any. There was no sketching involved. I wasn't like already scrimming with other teams and hitting up other teams. I had just left Fear, and I actually ended up scrimming. It was me, Ricky, Imbos, and Methods, and we played actually Impact on this map, and we lost to them like 250 to 5. Like we got like the 5-point club, and we're like, all right, this shit's. I was like, dude, this team's not gonna work. And Methods like, no, this map takes a lot of teamwork. It'll work. It's good. It's a good. We'll be good. And I was like, this shit's not gonna work. So. I actually ended up going to scrim with. Who did I scrim with? I was playing with Realize a lot, and Realize was like, "Yo, let's scrim with Theory and Gunjar when they get back from NGC." Or no, UGC. They're at UGC. When they get back from UGC, let's scrim with Theory and Gunjar. And so we scrim with Theory and Gunjar, and like shit just started clicking immediately. We were like one of the best online teams, and we just played, and things were going good. You know, we played pro scrims, and on pro scrims, you guys know we went on a long streak to where no one could beat us. We had like probably the longest win streak on pro scrims. And we were on there every week, and people were trying to beat us, and that was like a big thing, you know, try to be VVV on pro scrims. And it was me, Theory, Realize, and Gunjar, and that was the team we went into Anaheim with. And we kind of flopped at that event. We placed top 8. We got the pro placing, but you know, a lot of people expected us to do a lot better. You know, top 3, and I think a lot of us on the team expected us to do a lot better. But it just didn't happen. You know, we actually ended up in the winners bracket getting knocked down by Curse. We got 3-0'd by them, so that was kind of an eye-opener to us. I feel like we didn't take that game really too serious. And they kind of just whopped up on us, 3-0'd us, and sent us down in the losers bracket. We ended up getting knocked out once again by FaZe. But why I say once again, because that's Methods, Imbo. That was Methods, Imbos, Heist, and Replays. So once again, I lose to Methods and Imbos, and we got knocked down to the losers bracket, and it was we got knocked out of the tournament. And that was right after we had beaten Neslo's team. We beat Prime Example to place top 8, and that was Neslo's team. So we were top 8 at Anaheim. We finished. We actually ended up finishing 7th/8th. We tied with Ego's team. And the reason why I say we finished 7th is because we had more pro points than Ego's team, so technically, I guess it was 7th. I don't know how that works, but whatever. It was the same amount of money, same amount of pro points, same amount of all that stuff. So I guess 7th/8th, and that was just, you know, it was disappointing for us. And I think Realize, you know, if you guys don't realize, he doesn't take losing very easily. He's not like, you know, one of the players who can recover from a loss and then just be like, all right, guys, let's get him next event. You know, he's kind of pissed. He pointing the blame. Actually, he kind of blames me for that event. I don't know why. I didn't play bad. S&D, it was probably my worst S&D event. But Hardpoint, you know, I feel like I was playing really good in Hardpoint. And, you know, I don't know. He wanted to blame me for the event. Theory was like, you know, he told me and Gunjar at the event, we got to get rid of this guy. Because if you guys ever watch him when we scrim online, you know, he would kind of like freak out when we play. And that's kind of one of the big things about Realize is his attitude. And honestly, I think he would be one of the better players in the game if he could get his attitude under control. But so we ended up dropping Realize, and we were like, you know, we're looking for a new player for future events. At that time, we didn't know what the future events were. At Anaheim, they actually announced Columbus, but they didn't announce, you know, any of the other events that were coming up. So we're like looking for one, and we started scrimming with Imbos, and we played with him. Actually, no, UMG Atlanta. That was announced. The UMG Atlanta was announced. So we started scrimming with Imbos, and then out of nowhere, Imbos just kind of like went dark on us and like seemed like really emo and started saying he felt sick. And then the next day he was like, all right guys, I'm gonna go join Unite. I think he joined Unite. And so he left us and joined Unite, and we actually ended up while Imbos was like getting offline and acting weird. We're like, well, we want to play, so we played with a fill-in. We played with Neslo as a fill-in, and I'd never really, you know, really heard of him too much or really played with him at all, so I didn't really know too much about him. But you know, he kind of had that in-game leader bit to him. You know, to where he didn't even know us, and he was sitting there trying to direct us and tell us what to do. Which to me was a good feature. You know, that's kind of what we let Realize do. But once Realize got comfortable with us, it turned more into in-game leading, more into you know, yelling at us and tell us we suck and shit. And so we like Neslo a lot. So once Imbos left, it was like kind of immediately, you know, let's pick up Neslo. There's really no one else out there. You know, let's not waste time with this. Let's not, you know, make him jump on another team. And let's just get Neslo. So we picked him up, and you know, immediately started scrimming with him. And you know, this is the first time we would go over theater. You know, we would actually sit there and look at stuff. And you know, things were going good. Things were clicking. We were becoming a better team. We were winning things online here and there, and you know, once again, online doesn't really mean anything, but still, we were winning stuff. And so we went to UMG Atlanta under the name of Team Caliber. We picked up Neslo, and we actually joined the brand of Team Caliber. You know, I knew Redneck, and you know, he hit me up after we left VVV, and that's just kind of where, you know, we got Team Caliber, and all those guys. We met Chaos and, you know, Minnesota Burns. You know, all those dudes, and we met them all in Atlanta. So it was kind of crazy, you know, that the whole organization pretty much, not the whole organization, but, you know, the top dudes, you know, Redneck was out there, Minnesota Burns, Jimmy actually brought his family out to Atlanta. So it was pretty crazy that, you know, we saw that amount of support from an organization that, you know, barely even knew us. You know, we had just talked to them, and they hardly even knew us at all. And, you know, they flew everyone out there, and we went out to Atlanta and actually ended up getting second. So that was big for our first event as Team Caliber to get second and to place that well. And I think it was, you know, it was good for the brand new organization, and it was also good for the brand new team. You know, as seeing the first event with Neslo and the way things went, you know, it was like we honestly had in our mind, like, we weren't even mad that we came second, because we're like, you know, we did so good this event. That's what we said the last, like, right before we played Complexity. We're like, you know, no matter what, guys, you know, we had fun this event. We came out here, we did what we had to do. We came second. Let's just finish this out. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. Whatever. Fucking 100 killer drones. Who remembers that shit? So anyway, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I hope my mic is loud enough, but we played second at that event, and that was just kind of where the hype train just started coming from. Everyone's like, oh, Team Caliber placed second. You know, they lost to Complexity, but, you know, they outplaced Envy, they outplaced Impact, or Epsilon, I guess their name was, and then all this stuff. And then all these new teams started to form, and there was an invite-only tournament, and this invite-only tournament was to PAX Prime, or PAX West, whatever you guys want to call it, out in Seattle, and we actually got an invite to that event as Team Caliber, and it was once again, Neslo, Theory, and Gunjar, and we went out to that event, and it was a round robin where you played everyone. The teams that were out there, you had Envy, Impact, let's see, Envy, Impact, Cole, Unite, there was a GB team, us, and then FaZe. Fuck, I'm forgetting one team. How am I forgetting a team? Soar. And Soar was out there. And that was like Method, Stainville, Heist, and Realize. And the only team that we actually lost to in pool play was Sora. All the other teams we beat. Our team had the best game count, I guess you could say, throughout all the other teams. But then there was a four-way tie with map count. And so there was a four-way tie for first for map count. We actually ended up getting first seed because we beat all the teams that were up there in game. So we had the first seed going into, I guess, Monday. Monday was the finals, and we got to pick whether we either wanted to play Unite or we wanted to play Complexity. And we picked Complexity. We played them, and we ended up actually losing to them. We choked. The last map, I think we were up 5. Fuck, I don't even remember, man. It was the last map, and we had 5 rounds in S&D. It was either 5-2 or 5-3, and we fucking choked. Like, that shit, to me, is just heartbreaking. You know, you choke a game like that. You know, we beat them in both hard points, and we were on the last S&D, and we choked that. And going into that event, we were hyped as so much as the best S&D team, because UMG Atlanta, we only lost 1 S&D the whole entire tournament, and that was 1 map to 2 quicks team. And we go into that event, and we lose. You know, we lost all the CTFs. We were terrible at CTF. I don't know what happened there, but we ended up, choking to Unite in S&D. By the way, this is the end of the Frat Cup right there against CCM. So we ended up choking to Unite in S&D, and they went on to win the tournament. So that was a hard loss for us. We came third. We came third to that event, and it was a hard loss for us because in our eyes, that event was ours, and we blew it away. We gave Unite the win to that event, and then to me, it was even harder after they dropped Imbos, because they won the event and they dropped Imbos, which to me tells me that they knew that they shouldn't have won that event, and that they needed to make a change. And it was just, it was a hard loss to us as a whole organization, as a team, and it was just, I don't know. We pretty much just pissed away an event. We probably should have won PAX, and we didn't. So we got third, and we're like, well, I guess better luck next time. We actually got invited to Gfinity. This is a long-ass video, by the way. It was about 30 minutes. We got invited to Gfinity, and we actually had to use Stainville as a fill-in because Gunjar was, I don't really know what I could throw up right here because I don't know what gameplay. Let me see. We had to use Stainville as a fill-in because Gunjar was not old enough, so we scrimmed with Stainville for months. Just not a month, I guess it was a month, and it was like, look at all these montage clips I have. What can I show you guys? I guess I have the S&D gameplay from this tournament. Me and Nezzo played in. What the hell? All right, I don't know what to show you guys. Whatever. But anyway. It was a month. It was like a month we played with Stainville. We didn't play with Gunjar at all, and we went to Gfinity. Once again, we get third with Stainville, which is good. Playing with a fill-in. We lost to Epsilon, and it was single elimination. We hit pool play. It was just like PAX pool play, and then it made a single elimination bracket. We played against Optic. We 3-0'd them in our pool. We played against Infused, and we 3-1 them. And then we played against Ozone Giants, and we 3-0'd them. And that's just kind of how our pool went. We went 9-1 map count. And then we went into bracket play. We beat Aware Gaming. And then we played Epsilon, and we ended up losing them 3-1. And it was just kind of, we lost to them, and we got third. And it wasn't really that upsetting just because we were playing with a fill-in. And it was like, all right, we got third with the fill-in. That's pretty good. Let's go to UMG Dallas and do our thing. We actually declined our invite to MLG Orlando to go to UMG Dallas. So FaZe actually got the invite instead of us. And we went to UMG Dallas, and we played. And the whole event, I kind of had the feeling that it was, we were off a little bit. We weren't really clicking the way we normally click. And it showed. We ended up placing fourth at that event. And we came fourth. We actually lost to, in winners bracket, we lost to Soar. We got 3-0'd by them. No, 3-1. 3-1 by them. And then we ended up losing 3-0 to VQ in losers bracket, and VQ went on to win it. I mean, I guess we lost to the teams that came first and second, but still, that's nothing to be like, oh, yeah, we lost to the teams that came first and second. Oh, well. We came fourth that event, kind of sad on our part. A lot of people expected us to win that. and there's a lot of things you could say. You know, we didn't play with Goonjar for a while, and we went to an event team with Goonjar. You know, we went to an event too cocky. I think that honestly that's one of the problems that we had is we just thought we had that event. It was going to be an easy event. You know, no Cole, no Unite, and you know it was just we thought it was going to be an easy event, and we ended up going into it and coming in fourth. And it was kind of sad, but whatever. Not being able to win a Black Ops 2 event, when you know so many times we were close. But as Team Caliber, we did not place out of the top four. So we went from went second, third, fourth as an organization. Team Caliber. We are going into Columbus with the same roster. We're going to be going. Columbus is Ghost, obviously, so hopefully we can keep the trend of placing top four. Hopefully we can win an event, you know. Ghost, the first event's going to be a very random event. I'm just going to go out there and say it just because, you know, no one knows what the rules are going to be. No one knows the game types. No one knows what the fucking game's going to be. So it's just going to be a random event, and, you know, anyone can win. It's anyone's game. So we're just going to have to get the game as soon as it comes out and go hard and practice and whatever. But I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of a long video. It's kind of the longest commentary I've ever done. It's like 30 minutes long. If you guys did, if you guys stayed this whole entire time, let's see you guys leave a comment in the comment section saying mullet. Just to see if you guys say it throughout the whole story. But if you guys liked this video, be sure to give it a like, add it to your favorites, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and as always, it's your boy Sharp. I'm out. Peace.